Hi everyone, we are excited to have you here in today's fun-filled learning session at Uolo. Here is a quick look at how you can submit your work after the class. As a first step, go to live.uolo.com. You can use any browser to access this site. On this page, you will see a list of all our classes. Scroll down and you can see the Submit Your Work button. And then you will see a list of the classes that you've last attended, which could, for example, show the dance or craft or science experiment classes you've attended recently. Next, it will show you the list of children whose names are registered in this mobile number. Choose your name from this list to submit your work. For instance, if you are Satvik Kumar, choose that name. And then choose the class for which you would like to make your submission. For example, if you've attended the New Year's Masquerade Party session and you'd like to make the submission for this class, click on the Submit Your Work button below that. And then upload the photo you've taken. Choose the image from your phone and click Submit. You can scroll down and view all your past submissions and see how many of your friends or peers have liked your work. You can also see others' work and like their work to inspire your friends. If you want to showcase your work on social media, that too is very simple. Click on Share, copy the link, and post it on Instagram or Facebook or any other platform of your choice. Just a tiny reminder, your submission looks a lot better if you could click a photo in the landscape mode rather than the portrait mode. Do not forget to tag us at YOLO_app. I'm eagerly looking forward to all your submissions right after this class.
Hey there, kids. How are you doing? Welcome to today's class. Now, as part of our illusion art course, we've already gone ahead and had 3 classes, and today is the last class of this particular course. Now, in the last few classes, we've gone ahead and done some fun illustrations where we've gone ahead and created sort of like 3D shapes. We've also gone ahead and created sort of like an illusion staircase. In the last class, we went ahead and did sort of like a pattern. And in today's class, what we're going to do is sort of like a combination of all of that. We're going to be going ahead and sort of creating a piece in which we'll be using a pattern, as well as we'll be going ahead and creating sort of like an illusion. So it's going to be sort of like a fun mixture of everything we've done in the past previous classes, but it's going to be technical and really fun looking right at the end. So I hope you're excited for today's class. Now, before we get started with what we need for today's class, how we're going to go ahead and proceed and all of that, let's talk a little bit about your certificate program as well as a little bit about your submissions. Now, coming to your certificate program, like you all know, you're getting certificates for the work that you're going ahead and doing. All you have to go ahead and keep in mind is firstly to make sure that you're attending all of your classes. For example, this is a 4-part course. Make sure you're going ahead and attending all of the 4 classes. Second thing that you have to go ahead and remember is to do all of your submissions. So again, 4 parts to a particular course, or 4 parts to a particular course of an art course or a GK course or whatever course you're going ahead and taking. Then you'll have 4 submissions to go ahead and do. So make sure you're going ahead and doing all of your 4 submissions, and automatically right at the end you will get a submission. Now, you will go ahead and get a certificate. Now, since we've spoken about these two, let's go ahead and get started with today's class. Now, today's class, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going ahead and doing a heart, but we're going to be going ahead and doing a 3D heart with sort of like an illusion background as well as an illusion front. Now, it's going to be really simple and fun. It's just a bunch of steps that you have to go ahead and follow. So make sure you follow precisely to get the end result perfectly. Now, let's start off with the list of materials that you need. So the first thing that you need for today's class is going to be a sheet of a paper. So grab a good sheet of paper with you. Have like a sketchbook, a drawing book, or have anything like a drawing sheet of paper. Have an unruled sheet of paper. Any of these would work absolutely well. The next thing that you need for today's class is going to be a pencil. Now, you need a pencil to go ahead and sort of sketch out everything. So make sure you have a pencil. Now, obviously, whenever I go ahead and do the drawing, I sometimes switch to doing directly the drawing with my sketch pen. So if any place you feel like, no, you're not comfortable using a sketch pen directly and you need to go ahead and use a pencil and then use a sketch pen later, do so by all means. Be as comfortable as you can. The next thing that you need for today's class is going to be a black marker. Now you can go ahead and take any colored marker that you like. So if you want to go ahead and do the same illustration in red, pink, green, whatever you want to go ahead and do it with, you can take that color marker. I just went ahead and took a black marker because I mentioned several times that it's just easier to show you what I'm going ahead and doing. So hence I've picked black. You can pick any color that you like. The next thing that you need is a compass. Now I have a compass for going ahead and sort of, having it on the side in case I have to go ahead and do any circles. For example, today we're doing a heart. So a lot of the times what people like to do is they like to draw sort of like a circle and then draw the curve around that. So if you need a compass to, be there on the side to help you out with the illustration, have it. If you feel like you do not need it and you're good by drawing a heart as is, then go ahead and skip that out. I won't be using a compass today, but I just kept it on the side sort of like a help if I need it. The last thing that you need for today's class is going to be a set of colors. Have any good set of colors. If you do not have a set of colors, that's also completely all right. We're going to be doing a little bit of shading, so you can go ahead and do this with any color set that you have, or you can go ahead and do it with a pencil as well. So let's go ahead and get started. You can also have a scale on the side to go ahead and do your margins, but if you don't have one, that's also all right. So the first step is going to be to grab your pencil and draw a heart. Now here you can see I'm going to go ahead and do it a couple of times over. So you can see one side is bigger, one side is smaller. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a few attempts here and there to make it as perfect as possible. I just want it to be a neat looking heart which has, is equal on either side. So go ahead and take your time and do it in the same manner. Perfect. Excellent job, everybody. Now here again, if you need a little bit of help, you can obviously go ahead and erase it out, do it a couple of times. Just make sure you get a good heart. If you feel like your heart on the bigger side is a little harder to draw, then you can obviously go ahead and do a smaller heart. Then your illustration might be a little smaller, but that's completely okay. Do it as comfortably as you can. Perfect. All right. Okay, good. Now, since you've gone ahead and done this, we're going to now go ahead and take our sketch pen and do an outline for this heart. Now, here I'm just going ahead and correcting out any mistakes again that I've made with my heart. I felt like my right-hand side was not big enough, so I've gone ahead and corrected that out while doing it with the sketch pen. Perfect. Really well done, everybody. Good job. Excellent work. Perfect. Really well done, everybody. Amazing work. Good job. Really well done. Awesome. All right. So next what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and draw a straight line right through the center of my heart. And now we're going to go ahead and do a lot of freehand drawing. Now here, don't be uncomfortable while doing it. It's okay if you go a little here and there, but make sure you go ahead and do it like you can. So here you can see I went ahead and did a curve, starting from the starting point of that line to the ending point of that line. So as you can see, starting point of the line and ending point of the line. And after that, I've gone ahead and done a bunch of curves coming on top. Now, the bunch of curves that are going on top, I don't want to end it again to that point. I want to just let it flow on top. So I've gone ahead and done one side. I'm going to do the same exact thing on the other side. Go ahead and do this comfortably. Again, you don't have to be precise and perfect while doing this. You can go ahead and have a few mistakes here and there. It doesn't have to be exactly equidistant, or it doesn't have to be perfect all the time. Just be comfortable while going ahead and drawing this. Don't be really uncomfortable. As you can see, mine is also not equidistant, mine is also not perfect, but the end result is anyway beautiful, so don't worry about perfection. Excellent job, everybody. Really well done. Good work. Really well done. Good job. Excellent. Awesome. Perfect. All right. So I can see all of you have gone ahead and finished this up. Like I can see some of you are a little confused on whether you should be doing this with a sketch pen or a pencil. So if you feel you are uncomfortable and you want to do it with a pencil first, please go ahead and do so by all means. I keep stressing on this because it shouldn't be something that you get confused over while drawing. So make sure do it with a pencil if you need to. If you're completely comfortable, go ahead and do it with a sketch pen like I am. Perfect. All right. Now, next, what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and do a few curves that are going upwards. Now, you can go ahead and do these curves going upwards, or you can go ahead and do these downwards as well. So, whatever way you want to go ahead and do your curve. So, what I mean by upward curve is basically that my curve is going up like this, like a rainbow, and it's not going downward like a U. So, that's what I'm going ahead and doing here. Now, again, make sure you're doing this as comfortably as possible. It does not have to be perfect. If you saw my lines as well, they are not perfectly parallel curves, or they're not perfect, in terms of how perfect the rainbow is or anything. I've just gone ahead and, try to create a grid of sorts. Obviously, all the boxes are not going to be equidistant, and obviously, all of the curves are not going to be as perfect. And don't worry about that at all. Just do it as comfortably as you can. Good work, everybody. Really well done. Excellent job. Awesome. Really well done. Perfect. Good work, everybody. Really well done. Good job. Awesome. So I can see all of you have gone ahead and finished this up. So now we can go ahead and move on to the next step. Now the next step is going to be to go ahead and draw a box around the heart. Now again, here I'm directly doing this with a black marker, because you'll anyway have to go ahead and outline it with a black marker. If you feel you want to do this with a pencil and then later on go ahead and do an outline with a scale, then you can definitely go ahead and do this. I just feel like it's more easier to go ahead and directly do it with a black marker and a scale, and hence I'm doing this. So as you can see, I've gone ahead and done a perfectly easy box like this. Now again, it doesn't have to be a perfect square. I've just gone ahead and done a perfect square right here. If you feel like you want to do it in a rectangular way, you can do it in a rectangular way. So your sides can be larger, or your tops can be larger as well to create a rectangular shape. I just felt like in my sheet of paper, a box was looking really nice, a square was looking really nice. So I went ahead and did a square. Perfect. Excellent job, everybody. Really well done. Amazing work. Perfect. Good job. Really well done. Awesome. Okay, all right. So I can see all of you have gone ahead and finished this up. So we can now move ahead to the next step. Now, the next step is basically going to be to go ahead and draw a complete grid in the background. So how we went ahead and did a grid inside the heart, we're going to go ahead and do a same exact grid on the outside in our box, square, rectangle, whatever you've gone ahead and done. Now, for this, we don't want to go ahead and do any curves. We want to just go ahead and do a straight, simple grid. So for this, just go ahead and grab your scale, grab your pencil or sketch pen, whatever you want, and go ahead and do a few horizontal lines and go ahead and do a few vertical lines. Now here, as much as possible, try making them equidistant. So go ahead and have your lines as equidistant as you can. If you're a little uncomfortable and you're not able to go ahead and do it perfectly equidistant, that's also fine. You don't have to do it perfectly, or you don't have to go ahead and do it exactly in terms of 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter. It can be here and there a little bit. Just make sure you make it look a little equidistant. It doesn't have to be perfect. So here you can see I'm going ahead and doing all of my standing line first, and then I'm going to go ahead and do my sleeping lines. So here, just a couple of things. Just try to have it not slanting. So don't go ahead and do too many slanting lines. Have it as like straight as you can, up as well as sideways, and make sure you're going ahead and trying to do it as equidistant as you can. When I went ahead and did my sleeping lines like I did right now, I felt like my lines were not a little equidistant. I could tell by how the boxes were going. So, for example, if you look right now, my top box is a lot smaller than my middle box that I'm doing now, but that's okay. It's fine to go ahead and make mistakes. The end result still looks beautiful, so it's okay. Make mistakes if you have to. Perfect, everybody. Really well done. Excellent job. Awesome. Really well done. Good job. Perfect. Really well done, everybody. Excellent job. Good work. And there you go. As you can see, we've gone ahead and finished up our grid. Now I'm going to go ahead and wait here, making sure all of you have gone ahead and finished this up, and then we can move on to the next step. All right. Perfect. Awesome. Really well done, everybody. Good job. Perfect. Excellent work. Really well done. Awesome. All right. So I can see most of you have gone ahead and finished up. I'm just going to wait for a couple more seconds, making sure all of you are on the same page. Yeah. Good. Okay. All right. So I can see most of you have gone ahead and finished it up. Most of you are very comfortable going ahead and doing this. So now we can go ahead and move on to the next step. Now, the next step of this is extremely easy. It's nothing hard to go ahead and do. You would have realized it now as well. All of the steps were really easy. It's going to be going ahead and coloring in the boxes. Now, here you can again go ahead and switch on to any other color. I'm just switching to the same black sketch pen because I felt like, it gives a much nicer effect. So whatever color sketch pen you've gone ahead and used, try to go ahead and use the same color sketch pen. But if you feel you want to only use a different color sketch pen, okay, go ahead and do so by all means. No hard and fast rule that you have to go ahead and do it with the same colors that I am. So what I want you to go ahead and do here is basically go ahead and color alternate boxes. So I'm going ahead and going to show you like a few lines. So go ahead and see what I'm doing and then you can get started. So just start anywhere. You don't have to start particularly outside or inside, and go ahead and do alternate colors, colored boxes. So here you can see I'm just going from top to the bottom and I'm doing alternate colors. And then when you move to the next side, again, go ahead and do alternate colors. So you want one box from the top to the bottom to be colored, not colored, colored, not colored, colored, not colored, and same from side to side, colored, not colored, colored, not colored. So this is the sequence you want to go ahead and follow. As you can see, it's really, really simple. You will just have one white box, one colored box, one white box, one colored box. So here you can see I've gone ahead and started doing this, and you can go ahead and start as well. Now here some boxes might be big, some boxes might be small, so don't worry about that. There is going to be that little bit of a difference because the heart inside is curved. So just make sure you're going ahead and coloring, making sure that you're not doing two adjacent non-colored and two adjacent colored. Just make sure to follow the pattern neatly. Take your time to do this. Do not rush into it, because suddenly, in the zone, you might get confused and make a mistake. So don't make a mistake, because this is the part which gives the, particular illusion. So as you can see, if you see just this whole side, I've got perfectly colored, non-colored, colored, non-colored, colored, non-colored. So the whole side is looking so pretty and perfect. So I'm going to continue doing this on the next side, and you also can go ahead and do this. Now, this that we're doing inside the heart is exactly what we're going to go ahead and do on the outside as well. So if you by any chance finish before I finish in terms of the coloring inside the heart, because your heart is smaller or you have lesser number of grids inside, then you can definitely go ahead and do the outside as well. Perfect, everybody. Really well done. Good job. Really well done. Awesome work. Good job. Really well done. Excellent work. Perfect. Really well done, everybody. Good work. So as you can see, I'm taking my time, going ahead and doing this really simply and easily. Good job. Now, as you can see, I've gone ahead and finished up my heart. So now I'm going to go ahead and start doing my outside as well. I'm going to follow the same exact procedure as I did on the inside, going ahead and skipping one box and doing the other one. So colored, non-colored, colored, non-colored. When you're coloring this in, you will also notice that some of your boxes are, not of the same shape and they're not perfect, but that's all right. That's completely all right. Just go ahead and follow this through and through, and you will get the perfect looking pattern that we need for this illusion piece. Perfect. Now here again, if you feel like you're getting a little uncomfortable going ahead and doing it with your sketch pen, you can obviously go ahead and do this with any other color. But if you've gone ahead and started off with a sketch pen, I would recommend going ahead and finishing it off with a sketch pen as well, because it's going to give you a neater look. Maybe when you go ahead and do it a second or a third time, the same piece, you can go ahead and do it with colors if you like. But this one, go ahead and try to do it as peacefully and exactly as to how it's looking right here. Try to make it as neat as you can. Perfect. So as you can see, slow and steady, not rushing into it, not getting confused, not making mistakes. I went ahead and also did the whole boundary first, because if you do the whole boundary, then it gives me a better idea on how to do the rest of the boxes, because in the center somewhere, otherwise you can get confused. You'll have to count the number of boxes and there will be missing boxes in the middle. So you might get confused. So what I did was that I just went ahead and did the whole outside boundary first, and then I went ahead and did the inside part of it, because it just made the whole process much easier. Perfect, everybody. Really well done. Excellent job. Good work. Really well done. Perfect. Here you'll just need a lot of patience to go ahead and do it. So take your time in going ahead and do it. Good work, everybody. Really well done. Excellent job. Really well done. Awesome work. Perfect. Perfect. Now, since I felt like I'm almost done, I went ahead and sort of just searched for all of the spots that I had, like, missing links. I felt like in a lot of places there were missing links. Even if I see like a few seconds back, I do have a few missing links that I haven't gone ahead and done. For example, if I look right here, I have a missing link here as well as here. So, if you do find those kind of missing links, please go ahead and fill it up. I realized only now when I was watching the video that I have a few missing links. Perfect, everybody. Good job. Now you can see how this is looking. It's already looking, like a very uh, interesting pattern. I would say you have the grid on the outside as well. You have the grid on the inside. You can see the heart, but it's still not looking like a 3D base. So for that, we're going to be going ahead and using the color that I just showed, but I'm going to wait here for a second, just making sure all of you have got the idea of it, even if you're not finished, because sometimes you might have more boxes than me. So this will depend on how closely you've done your boxes. If your lines are too close to each other, you'll have more boxes than I have. Or if you've done them a little farther away from each other, you'll have lesser number of boxes. You can say, had many boxes, which I went ahead and did slowly. So you might have more or less. I'm just making sure all of you get the idea, and then I can show you the next step of it. Perfect. Good. All right, I don't see anybody too confused. I don't see anybody who's like very, confused on what we are going ahead and doing. So good work, everybody. I'm glad that you're not confused. Really well done. Good job. Perfect. Awesome. All right. So I can see all of you have gone ahead and pretty much got the idea of how we're doing this. If you haven't still finished it, no problem at all. See what I'm going to go ahead and do in the next step. You can actually do this step and then continue doing the coloring as well. It's not going to make any difference of what steps you follow when. It's just till this point of time in terms of drawing the grid was the most important bit. So see this step, go ahead and do it as well. And then you can finish up if you have not finished up. I can see most of you are done, so not much of an issue with that. Okay, great. So I can see all of you have gone ahead and are ready to do the next step. So here, go ahead and find the corresponding color. So if you've gone ahead and done a red background, red colors with a sketch pen, go ahead and take that. And what I want to do is I want to do a little bit of shading all around the heart. So I'm going to go ahead and start with one side, and then I'm going to go ahead and do the other side as well. Now, if you don't know what I mean by shading, I mean the concept of dark, medium, light. So what I mean by dark, medium, light is that if I press my color down, I will get a darker tone. If I press a little lighter, I'll get a medium tone, and if I press a little more lighter, I'll get a lighter tone. So here you can see I'm going ahead and doing a dark, medium, light, and I'm going ahead and shading it out. Now here you don't have to be perfect in terms of the shading, just do a rough shading because you already have so much color and patterns and everything going on that even if you don't do a very neat shading, your illusion will still show through. The shading is not going to, go ahead and be the most important bit of it. So just go ahead and do it very lightly, neatly. If you don't again have the same color, you can go ahead and do this even with a pencil. You don't have to necessarily do this with a crayon. So as you can see, I'm just going ahead and coloring the whole thing in, giving a good shading effect. So now if you look at this piece, how does it look? Doesn't it look like we have a complete background? Then we have a heart, and then we have the heart kind of popping out, in a 3D manner. Yes, we do. So look at how amazing that's going ahead and looking. So I'm just going to wait for all of you to go ahead and shade that out. And suddenly that magic reveal of how 3D it goes ahead and looks. Perfect. All right. Look at all of those hearts, out there beating and pumping and looking so beautiful. Excellent job, everybody. Really well done. Awesome. Perfect. So here I'm going to go ahead and just wait for a couple of seconds, making sure all of you have gone ahead and finished. Now, if you haven't gone ahead and finished as well, go ahead and have a good look at what I've gone ahead and done so that, any confusing bits, any bits that don't make sense, you have a reference of in your mind that, okay, this is what, I went ahead and did for you. Also, if you feel like you are still, lacking a lot and you have a lot of steps to go ahead and do, go ahead and even click a picture if you like so that you have that as a reference in case you need to go ahead and refer to it later on. Perfect. Great. All right, everybody, really, really well done with your work today. Excellent, excellent job. Now, look at how simple those steps were. It was just something so easy to go ahead and do, wasn't it? It was just like a bunch of step-by-step procedures, something that is very easy. The steps were not even that hard. It was just going ahead and drawing a grid and then going ahead and coloring the grid and then just doing a little bit of shading. And look at how beautiful an illusion we went ahead and got. How exciting was that? Now, I saw a lot of you went ahead and finished up with me in class, but some of you had like a lot of bigger grids to go ahead and color in and smaller boxes to go ahead and color in. That will take you a little bit of time, so don't worry about it. But make sure that you go ahead and finish it, click a picture and submit it because I want to go ahead and see your work right at the end. Now, I'm extremely happy with how you've all gone ahead and done in this course, especially the 4 parts that we went ahead and done. You've done an enormous job. You've done so well. So excellent work, everybody. I'm really, really, really happy with how you've gone ahead and done. So since we have come to the end of this course, make sure to go ahead and attend more classes. I'll have another course coming up at the same time next week. So make sure you go ahead and attend that class as well and do the whole course and learn more. Make sure to go ahead and finish this work if you haven't already. Click a picture and upload it so that I can see how you've gone ahead and done. Now, till then, I want to mention 2 things. Firstly, certificate program. Make sure you're getting your certificates. It's very important. So for that, attend all of your classes and go ahead and do all of your submissions on time. Apart from that, I always talk to you about your submissions. I tell you about how if you've done okay, if you've done average, if you've done good, if you've done excellent, no matter what you've gone ahead and done on that day, make sure to go ahead and do your submission so that I as a teacher can see the improvement or the growth that I want to go ahead and see in you. All right, still I see you in the next course. Bye-bye and have a great week and a great day. Bye.
Hi everyone, we are excited to have you here in today's fun-filled learning session at Uolo. Here is a quick look at how you can submit your work after the class. As a first step, go to live.uolo.com. You can use any browser to access this site. On this page, you will see a list of all our classes. Scroll down and you can see the Submit Your Work button. And then you will see a list of the classes that you've last attended, which could, for example, show the dance or craft or science experiment classes you've attended recently. Next, it will show you the list of children whose names are registered in this mobile number. Choose your name from this list to submit your work. For instance, if you are Satvik Kumar, choose that name. And then choose the class for which you would like to make your submission. For example, if you've attended the New Year's Masquerade Party session and you'd like to make the submission for this class, click on the Submit Your Work button below that. And then upload the photo you've taken. Choose the image from your phone and click Submit. You can scroll down and view all your past submissions and see how many of your friends or peers have liked your work. You can also see others' work and like their work to inspire your friends. If you want to showcase your work on social media, that too is very simple. Click on Share, copy the link, and post it on Instagram or Facebook or any other platform of your choice. Just a tiny reminder, your submission looks a lot better if you could click a photo in the landscape mode rather than the portrait mode. Do not forget to tag us at Uolo_app. I'm eagerly looking forward to all your submissions.